would be the indication for using step up and step down?
Steps.
Okay, it's functionally relevant. What else? What is strength? Absolutely. Low extremity strength. That's going to be a big one, right? That's taking that loading component to a higher level, right? So this is your affected side. Let's have you step up with your unaffected. Just step up and hang out there. Okay. So when he's doing this, he's loading which leg more?
Right affected side.
The right leg. All right. So this can be a starting point. Okay. A progression from here would be step up with your, step down to your left, and step up with your right. Okay. And step up on it. This is too high of a height for someone just progressing from there. You know, it's like going from A to Z or something. So you want to think about those progressions. You start from a step height that's lower, right? So the same things here that we talked about in terms of when that leg is loaded, you want to make sure that the pelvis is not retracted, the trunk is in good posture. Okay, you can use some mirror feedback, right? Depending on how much guarding this individual requires. This can be, this is much more load on that leg as compared to weight shift, doing weight shifts. Okay, so you want to make sure that either you have more assistance if this is an individual who is severely impaired, requires assistance because you need to extend or buckle, right? Or you may, you know, other things that we talked about similarly. You can kind of take the back of the leg to prevent hyperextension. You can kind of, you know, facilitate it with your manual contact. So let's say I have some assistance or facility to someone I kind of sense that they're not going to go with it. I have maybe an upright postural, what is it, the harness, right? The harness maybe just a light gate or something, which is fairly inexpensive. So it just can kind of come around him and I can have him there, so that kind of maintains and ensures that he's safe. If he's hanging out on the parallel bars and there's a chair behind or whatnot, and I'm down here, and this is really heavy set individual, I really have to make sure I'm giving it all to kind of prevent him from buckling. Okay, so as he's coming down to buckle, let's say, and I just have a little bit, I'm not doing too much at all, I'm just using my body weight. Okay, so try that, practice that on each other to see. And I'm just cueing underneath the knee, right? And I also have my upper hand on the thigh, on the lateral side of the thigh, because what might happen as I'm helping out, as I'm preventing buckling, is he hyperextends. So I can go in into the medial hamstring and give him a little bit cue. Okay, so so let's have you buckle. All right. So just try that. So you want to have your hands in a position where you can go from preventing buckling and hyperextension. Okay? And whatever, of course, is comfortable. Patient comfort is usually when you come out from the outside for the thigh. Okay, and these are kind of most relevant in terms of, again, the cues that I'm providing. If he needs a lot more cueing to get him out of the hyperextension, I can cue the medial gastroc as well to get into knee flexion. Okay, and then come on back here. So, again, it's kind of simple things, but if you think about where you're cueing and kind of be prepared that when they're hyperextending, they may go into, and you're preventing that hyperextension, they may go into buckling. Sorry, is that?
No, that's fine.
Because you were being a good patient, meaning you're really giving me some workout, so that's good. So that was regarding some things related to how the knee control might, how you want to make sure that the knee is controlled motion when they are performing the step ups and step downs. So from having the unaffected side up on the step, the progression for that would be stepping up with the affected side. All right, that would be the progression. Right, and when they are, of course, stepping up on a step, this can be quite a
destabilizing activity. So make sure that the step height is wisely chosen. Okay, make sure you're guarding them appropriately. Okay, for someone like Ginny's 10-day post-stroke, that step height is not good at all. Okay, maybe I can try it. Well, I think I can step back. I can have her in one of those, again, overground harness systems, and maybe I can try a few different variations, right? So providing a little bit more of a safe environment can help us achieve some of the intensity of practice right from the beginning. Okay, so look around and see what you have and utilize what you have to make sure you're kind of challenging them appropriately. But of course, you want to make sure that the patient is safe while they're doing this. And so let's have you step down. Step down with your right. Again, this will be really, this will be hard for the individual. This is again a step that's really high. Also, the descent is harder for individuals with stroke, or for that matter, a lot of individuals with neurologic dysfunction. Why do you think that's the case? Eccentric. Okay, eccentric control is harder. So this descent is going to be harder for the individual. Any questions so far? And you want to think about progression. So when you practice these activities, think about the indication, think about progressions, how you progress. Okay. I'm going to some other strategies. I had just a few things here that I highlighted that I wanted to mention. So there is one in there that says practice power walks. What that means is really kind of do short bouts of fast walking. Okay, and when you're having your patient do that, you want to utilize other aspects, like encourage them to use their arms. Okay, and so they're getting some of the progression utilizing their arms. Okay? If you want to, if that foot is kind of trailing along, you may want to think about providing some assistance to the foot so they can achieve some of the fast walking, right? So power walks really just means what we all know it as, this short bouts of fast walking. Okay. What happens a lot of times is when patients walk really fast or at their maximum walking speed, there can be compensatory gait deviations that you observe. All right. If that's happening to a like it's not the best model in terms of the recovery-based model. It's not the best way to practice walking. Okay, so you want to take it one notch down, right? So you can grade your intensity of how fast you want them to go, and you can base it based on a metronome. You can do it that way. They can go to beats of music, right? But just being able to walk fast is also working on the strength of the muscles. Okay? It's a task-specific way of strengthening, right? So you may want to think about those aspects.